When Eve called to say that I was one of the winners, I was so excited and my family were very, very proud. This is when it hit me. I need to go to Belfast to receive this award. The morning after we arrived in Belfast, we woke up very early and headed straight to the conference centre, where I met 5 other winners. Wow, they were so inspirational in very different ways. And even though I was the youngest, we fitted right in. We all chatted and took loads of selfies in the green room. And when it was time to go to the side of the stage, my laughter turned to tears as I realised how nervous I was. I asked Mummy if she would walk on stage with me because I was quite wobbly. BBC presenter Ellie Purcell introduced me first, and I stood between my mummy and Ellie while the audience watched our appeal film we had done for Children in Need in 2013. I was struggling not to cry. When Ellie asked me a few questions about money and my fundraising, I started to relax a little bit, and actually found myself enjoying talking about my sister, and the spotlight, of course. After lunch, we had an interview with BBC News, and by that time, my confidence had come back big time. They couldn't stop me talking. I was told that the Rotary International President, Gary Brown, wanted to speak to me. I didn't realise quite how important he was until I was told afterwards. He was very kind to me though, and told my mummy that I had mesmerised him apparently. He asked if I would be able to do a speech at his next convention. I didn't really know what this meant, and when he said it would be in Sao Paulo, Brazil, my mouth hit the floor. Brazil? Speech? Me? I was only 9 at the time. Better start working on my speech then. We flew out to Sao Paulo, and I had never flown that far. And being away from my daddy and 2-year-old brother Toby was hard, but it was still very exciting. We stayed in a very posh hotel and met some very kind Rotarians and their children, who I am still in contact with now. I realised from the first night's carnival and swimming in the outdoor hotel pool that I was definitely going to have a wonderful experience. The day before my speech, I went to the convention centre for a rehearsal. Oh my goodness, it's huge. Even though I had practiced my speech almost off by heart, the technical team asked if I had ever used a teleprompter before. A telly what? I took to it quite well, and they seemed very impressed, and we agreed it would look and sound better if I used the teleprompter the next day. So, with everything packed and ready to head off straight after the speech, I went to my dressing room. It only had my name on the door. 10 minutes before the speech, as had happened before, I started to feel very nervous. Well, who wouldn't be in front of 17,000 people? When President Gao Huan came off stage to allow me to be introduced, he saw how nervous I was. He took my face in his hands and called me his superstar. Well, at that point, I knew I had to do this for him. After all, he was the one who invited me all the way there. As I started speaking, my confidence began to flow. I even made a few jokes and added a few things that weren't in the speech. As I finished, all 17,000 people gave me a standing ovation. No pressure. Talking about my sister and my fundraising can be quite hard sometimes, but all the wonderful international Rotarians were so warm and kind, with some of them wanting to meet me afterwards. It wasn't until I came home and everyone saw my speech on video that I realised quite what an achievement it had been. This experience was not just an amazing memory to treasure, but a life skill that I will carry with me forever. I feel like if I can talk in front of 17,000 people about such an emotional subject, I can pretty much do anything. I want to thank you all for listening, and to Sam Baxi and the Rotary Club of Gants Hill for inviting me to speak tonight. My biggest thanks should go to the Rotary Club of Redbridge, where this fantastic journey began. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you think she was wonderful? Yes. Normally when we have function, first thing people ask, how many speeches are there? And they think how long they will be. But after listening to these two speakers, all of you must be thinking, you're glad that you're here this evening. Now can I ask our past District Governor, David Palmer, to come here, please. Put your hands together for our past District Governor.
There's nothing like being given a tremendous amount of advance notice when you're going to speak. And this is nothing like being given a large amount. When I came here this evening, I thought, this is a pleasure because I'm going to listen to Tony Finkel doing what I did last year, and I've done that. I had no idea that I was to follow on, but let me tell you this. When you heard young Bella talking about her experiences in Belfast and in San Diego, I'm probably one of the few people who can link those two events because I was at both of them. Of course, in Belfast, where it was the Great Britain and Ireland Conference, it was a marvellous thing to see Bella. I knew Bella, I'd seen her before in Redbridge and around our own district. But when I saw her at San Diego, as she said, 17,000 people in a hall that was as big as an aircraft carrier. Bear in mind that this conference took 4 days, 6 hours every day. Speakers from all over the world, from high politics and religion and academia. Only two of those speakers were greeted with a standing ovation, and Bella was one of them. And I have to say that as the district governor of that day, coming from the district from which Bella arrived, I was so very proud. And frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud again today. Well done, Bella. Well done. Now let me tell you this. When Gants Hill Rotary Club started, and I don't know exactly when it was, it seems a long time ago, but it was probably 10 years, I wouldn't be surprised.
2008.
Tell me again. 2008. 2008, not quite. 8 years, okay. Several of the local Rotary clubs served as mentors and as proposers and as sponsors to the start of this club. Who knew it would grow into anything that could put together an evening like this? It was a small club. It was under the auspices of the Baxi family, the Baxi dynasty, some would call it. Sam started the whole thing going, calling his family whether they wanted to come or not, and a lot of friends, and it built, and it built. The enthusiasm was there, and I was fortunate enough to be one of the 4 personal mentors to this club and the development of it, and I stayed with them for 2 or 3 years, and I have to tell you that I feel a little bit responsible for what's happened, and I'm proud of what's happened. I think that this club is an example to so many other new clubs. We've got plenty of clubs that have been running for 80 years, 90 years. This is a new club, but it speaks with a strong and proud voice. It speaks to the community in a way that I can't. Sam speaks to the Asian community in and around Ilford in a way that I can't. I try to, but I can't, of course I can't. So we're so pleased with what Sam and everybody in this club has done. And I want to say that as the years go on and you hold functions like this and you bring together people of a like mind, not necessarily Rotarians, but people who are friends of our lovely, fantastic organisation, and you develop a pot of gold called money. You have supported so many astonishing charities that Sam Baxi and the Rotary Club of Gants Hill have pushed forward, and you're doing it again this evening. So I'm going to say in spite of not having much time to think about what I'm saying, I'm going to say this. I'm pleased to be here, I'm proud to be here, and I'm absolutely delighted to be in the middle of a group of people, all of whom are of a like mind tonight. Thank you.